Hi kiddos, this is the video for the case of the stolen cookies lab. So in the case of the stolen cookies, first thing you want to make sure you do is that you do go through and watch read through the slides. The slide's going to give you some culprits. You need to figure out who you think it's going to be. You do have a CER, which is Claims, Evidence, and Reasoning. So the CER says, can the chemical and physical properties of a compound help to identify the unknown? You do need to make sure that you submit the CER with your slides in order to get credit for the lab. And of course, you're answering the question, do you think that it will or do you think that it won't? You'll list your evidence, and then you'll state your reasoning. Make sure that it is a paragraph, okay? So on your slides, the first thing that you're going to need to do is collect some physical evidence. So on your slides, it says physical analysis. It wants properties for each of them. So we have 4 different compounds. This is A. Remember to write its physical properties. Properties such as color, shape, size, texture are things that you're going to write down. Here's B. Here's C. And then here's D. Okay, we're going to place each of these in our well plate. We're going to be using 4 rows and 4 columns. It's a microscale lab, so we're going to add a small amount of A going down first column, a small amount of B going down the second, C, and then D. And then to each of those, we're going to add a couple drops of our solution. So for our solutions, we have a universal indicator, we have vinegar, we have just regular distilled water, and then we have an iodine solution that we're going to be testing it with, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit of each of these compounds and add them into the well plate. So let me get that added. I'm just going to pause this while I do that so you don't have to wait and watch. Okay, so I went ahead and added a small amount of each of our compounds to the wells. Now you can see that it's a small amount. This is a microscale lab. When we do microscale labs, you use a little, okay? So I have compound A going all the way down my first column, compound B going all the way down my second, compound C going down, and then compound D. Now we're going to test them going across with each of them. So going across our first row, we're going to be putting in water. And we're just going to add a couple drops. We want to see what happens when we add drops of water to each of them. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're looking for any type of reaction, bubbling, anything that's going to happen with it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so we're just looking to see if anything occurred. I do see a little bit of bubbling in well 2. Okay, so well 1 looks like it mixed, but nothing really happened. Well 2, not much. Well 3 just looks like it kind of got foggy. Not really any reactions in well 1, 3, and 4, but we do see a little bit of bubbling in well 2. Okay, so you're recording your information, what you saw happen. That was our water analysis. Okay, so that was water. Our second one is going to be vinegar. We're going to add about 10 drops to our vinegar. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10. Definitely see some fizzing, some bubbling happening there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Some fizzling and bubbling there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Not really anything happening in that one. 1, 2, oops, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nothing really happening there either. Okay, so that was vinegar. We saw bubbling and fizzling in the first two, but nothing in the second two. Okay, next we're going to do our iodine. Give me just a second. I'm going to place this down because I need to open tap. Oops. Down. Okay, so we're doing bubbles. I'm sorry, not bubbles. We're doing about maybe 2 or 3 drops of iodine. We're not going to use too much of this one. We're looking for any kind of color changes that occur. So we're going to do 1, 2. Oops. And iodine is already kind of a brownish color. I want to see if it's going to change colors. Let's do like around 3. Let's put 3 over here too. Okay. So in A, it's still staying kind of like an orange-black kind of color, I'm sorry, orange-brown color, which means no reaction really occurred. In the second one, it looks like it turned kind of like a blackish color, so we do have a bit of a reaction. It's a little bit darker. And in the third one, we definitely have a darkness in it, so I would say that that's kind of black, so that's definitely a reaction. And in our third one, it did kind of turn a kind of more purpley black color, so I would say there was reaction there as well. Okay, so that's our iodine. And then last, we're going to do our universal indicator, and this is a color change one as well as 2, so we're just going to do a couple drops in there. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Oops, I put 3 in that one. That's okay. Missed some of the compound there, so let's take a look and see the color changes. So our first one turned like a green blue, maybe like a blue green, bluish green kind of hue. The second one was like, I don't know, looks kind of like yellow orange to me, maybe yellow green. The third one, oops, trying to get my camera on there so you can. The third one's kind of greenish, like orange green, maybe a yellow green. Fourth one's definitely like a yellow orange, maybe an orange. You pick what colors you think it is. That's perfectly fine with me. Everybody sees colors and different things, but you pick what you want to. Okay, so those are the results of the 4 compounds that we had. Now, we do have to test the actual evidence that we collected. So this is going to be a row that we're going to put for the person that they collected the evidence from, and we want to test all 4 of them, so we want them to match. So I'm just going to put a little bit of my compound for the evidence in each of these wells, and we're going to test it against all of them. Okay, so I added my evidence. This is what we collected on the person who stole the recipe, and we're going to test it again against the items that we had. So this is the water. This is the vinegar. this is the iodine. And there's the universal. Okay, so this is what the evidence that they collected on the culprit. You want to compare it to the ones that we tested, A, B, and C, D, and you want to figure out which one it was. Which of these, A, B, C, or D, was on the culprit, and then you'll see, you'll be able to match it to who it was. All right? Okay, kiddos, make sure that you complete that, turn it in. When you turn it in, do make sure that you send me an email that you got it completed. All right? Bye, kiddos.